Okay, wait a second. Let me check if everything is working fine. My audio and video is fine. Then I'll start. Okay, wait a second. Cool, just give me a minute and we'll be good to go. Okay, everything is fine, I guess. Should I begin? Okay. Alright, so yes, we are back again, and the book that we are reading is Ashtavakra Mahagita by Osho, and we are at the page number 68 out of 186, and this is volume 1. So, till 67th page, we have covered it in the. Okay, everything is fine. Till page number 67th, we have already covered it in the past life. So, let's begin without any further ado. One friend took sannyas, and when he began weeping, a simple person, and he said, "There is just one problem. I am a wine drinker, and certainly you'll ask me to drop it." I said, "I never ask anyone to drop anything. Drink, but drink mediately, meditatively." He said, "What do you mean? I can drink wine even as a sannyasin?" I said, "It's up to you. I have given you sannyas. Now you explore it." He came back a month later saying, "You tricked me. I was standing in the tavern when a man came and touched my feet, saying, 'What are you doing here, Swamiji?' I ran away from there, saying to myself, 'A Swamiji in the tavern?' Okay, he told me, 'You tricked me. Now I am afraid to even go towards the tavern. What if someone does something like touch my feet or bow down to me? Now it's 15 days since I have been there. A remembering happened. Mindfulness was awakened. In these orange clothes, you won't be able to get angry the same way you did up until yesterday. Something will tug on you. Something will tell you to just forget it. It feels very awkward in these orange clothes." I give you orange clothes just to provoke a little harassment, nothing else. If you are a thief, you won't be able to remain a thief so easily. If you are mad for money, greedy, then your greed will not have the same strength. If you are in politics running after the prestige of political office, you'll suddenly find it meaningless. These small clothes will become very symbolic. They have no significance of their own, but when you dress yourself in them, you gradually find that what was a very small thing, the seed was very small, has gradually become big, has gradually changed everything. It will change your activity, it will change your habits, it will change your style of moving. There will be a new grace in your life. People's expectation of you will change. People's eyes will look at you differently. Changing your name, you will become disconnected from your old name. Changing the clothes, you will become free from your old pattern. This mala around your neck will go reminding you of me. It will become a bridge between you and me. You will not be able to forget me so easily, and people will start setting you apart. And their separating you apart will be a great help in your being a witness. Okay, so ultimate is aim was to make this person a witness, an observer. So yeah, just wearing orange clothes and this wearing tulsi mala around your neck is one of the part of it. But I'm not saying that by changing this everything will happen. Just change the clothes, put on the mala, and know it's over. The journey is complete. It all depends on you. These are like signpo- signposts like milestones on the side of the road on which it is written 12 miles, 50 miles, 100 miles to Delhi. The stone doesn't have much significance, milestone or not. If it is 100 miles to Delhi, it is 100 miles. But these lines written on stone are encouraging. These arrows signs makes the traveler lighter. He says, okay, only 100 miles to go, 25 miles to go, 50 miles to go. In Switzerland, in place of milestones, they have put minute stones. If you stop your car on some mountainous place, you'll be surprised looking at the post how far the last station was. 30 minutes away. The next station 15 minutes away. It is meaningful indication. If Swiss people are skillful at making watches, it is no great surprise. Their awareness of time is very deep. They don't write miles, they write time. 15 minutes distance. It conveys how deep the awareness of time is in these people. If you wear orange clothes, or if you wear orange clothes, it conveys something about you. Everything conveys a message. How you sit, how you move, how you look, everything conveys something about you. We never dress soldiers in loose clothes. No one in the world does. If they were dressed in loose clothes, they would be defeated. Dressing soldiers like that could prove dangerous. We dress soldiers in tight clothes so tight that they always feel uncomfortable and they want to first just jump out of them. Tight clothes arouse fighting instincts. Sitting in tight clothes, one is always ready to fight. Wearing loose clothes, one is little relaxed. Only an emperor wears loose clothes, or a sannyasin or a fakir. Even nowadays, like loose fit is in trend, right? So not everyone wants to become sannyasin, but yeah, it makes you feel relaxed. The loose clothes makes you feel relaxed. Have you ever noticed that when you climb stairs wearing loose clothes, you go one step at a time. Wearing tight clothes, you take them two at a time. Wearing tight clothes, you are filled with anger. If anyone says some small thing, you are upset. In loose clothes, you remain relaxed. Small things make difference. Life is made of small things. The bridge of life is constructed with tiny little stones brought by the squirrels. What you eat, what you wear, how you rise and sit. Ultimately, all these have their effect. You are the combination of all those things. Here, a man is walking along wearing flashy, gauzy, colorful clothes. It conveys a message. A woman is walking along wearing vulgar, obscene clothes that shows off her curves. It conveys a message. A man is wearing plain and simple clothes, loose, comfortable. A message is conveyed about him. Psychologist says that if you quietly observe someone for half an hour, how he wears his clothes, how he gets up, how he sits, how he looks, you'll learn so many things about the man you won't be able to believe it. Our eyes, our every way of moving, every gesture is ours. We are changed by a change in gesture. Our gestures change because of a change in us. So these are just signs. These signs, these will be with you. These will go on directing you. These will give you a little help in keeping alert. And please explain in the difference between witnessing, wakefulness, and remembering. There is no difference. These are all synonymous. They have been used by different traditions. Krishnamurti uses wakefulness. Buddha has used right remembering, mindfulness. Ashtavakra, the Upanishads, the Gita all use witnessing. The difference is only of tradition, but they all indicate the same direction. The second question, beloved Osho. So again, a disciple is asking another question to Osho. Beloved Osho, during your first discourse on the Mahagita, many people were weeping streams of tears. What does this mean? Are those who were carrying weak hurted or okay, who were crying weak hurted, or is it the power of your voice? Please throw some lights on this. Okay, one thing is certain, the questioner is a hard hearted man. He sees only weakness in tears. It is clear that tears have dried up in the questioner's eyes. The eyes have become barren like a desert, Flowers don't bloom in them. Tears are flowers of the eyes. Okay, that's like very deep. Tears are flowers of the eyes. In India, this is a general trend, right? People say, "Man, don't cry." Like crying is directly connected to being weak, mostly physically weak, or like sometime, you know. But I can say weak by heart as well. So that's what the Osho is trying to signify over here. That flowers don't bloom in them. Tears are flower of the eye. The questioner's feeling have died. The questioner's heart has become blocked. The questioner lives only through intellect. He has given the final rights for his dead feelings. He must be living in thoughts, love, and compassion, the regard for life, romance, bliss. He must have rejected the possibility of these. No current seems to flow. His heart must be dried up like a desert. So the first thing that come to me in is that people crying here are weak-hearted. Okay, so that's why the person said the people crying over here are weak-hearted. Okay, who told you that crying is a sign of weakness? Mira wept unrestrainedly. Cassette, cascades of cascades, cascades of tears flowed from Chaitanya's eyes. No, they are not sign of weakness. They are an indication of feeling, an indication of the strength of feeling. And remember, feeling is deeper than thinking. Feeling is deeper than thinking. As I said earlier, first is the level of activity, then the level of thought, then feeling, then the witnessing center. Feeling is the closet to the witness. Devotion is the closest. Okay, feeling is the closest to the witness. Devotion is the closest to God. Action is very far away. The journey is very long from there. Thought too is far away. It too is a long journey. Devotion is very near. Remember, tears are not necessarily caused by unhappiness, although people are acquainted with only one kind of tears, those of unhappiness. Tears also flow in compassion. Tears also flow in joy. Tears also flow in giving thanks, in gratitude. Tears are only a sign that something is happening inside that is difficult to contain. Unhappiness or joy, something is happening inside that is abundant that it starts to overflow. And if it is sadness, sadness so deep that it is difficult to contain inside, it will flow in tears. Tears are a discharge. Or if joy becomes too full, tears of joy will flow. Tears are an outlet. Okay, so whatever feeling is in abundance, ultimately it'll come out in the form of tears. It can be happiness, it can be sorrow as well. Alright, tears are not necessarily connected with sadness or joy, they are connected with overabundance. Duly noted. Whatever happens, excessive tears will absorb, and wash away. So, an overabundance must have happened inside those who are crying. Some sweet pain must have penetrated their heart. They must have heard the murmuring of the unknown. A ray of the far unknown must have touched the heart. Something must have descended into their darkness. An arrow must have filled the heart with anguish and ecstasy. They could not stop their tears. There is no relationship between this and the power of my words because you also were listening. If it were only the power of my speaking, then even you would have cried. Everyone would have cried. No, it is not related more to the heartfulness of the listener than to my speaking. Those who could cry, cried, and crying is a great power. Okay, crying is a great power. Great. Humanity has lost a very unique capacity. Man, especially, have lost it. Crying, basically. Osho is trying to point out the crime. Women have saved it a little. Women are fortunate. The tear glands in human eyes are the same in man and women. Nature has made tear glands identically. The intention of nature is clear. The eyes of both are made up for crying, but the male ego has slowly controlled everything. Gradually, man have begun to think that crying is feminine. Only women cry. Men have lost much from this. They lost devotion, they lost feeling, they lost joy, they lost gratefulness. From this, they lost the greatness of suffering. because suffering also purifies, cleanses. Okay, so crying is not at all bad. It is just the overflow of the feeling which is coming out in form of the tears. This is why a great calamity has entered men's life. You'll be surprised that worldwide twice as many men go mad as women. And this number would greatly increase if wars were stopped. Because man releases their madness in war, release it in great quantity. If wars were completely stopped for 100 years, it is feared that 90% of all men would go mad. 90% of men would go mad because for them showing out their emotion is in the form of anger, in the form of angst, in the form of aggression. And if the war will be over, they will not be able to cry out their emotion, they'll not be able to anger out their emotion, and ultimately 90% of the man would go mad. So this is the claim by Osho. Okay, man commits suicide more than women. That's true, double the number. The common belief is otherwise. You think that more women commit suicide. They talk about it, but they don't do it. They take pills or something and sleep, but they take the pills in a calculated way. So women make more suicide attempts, but unsuccessfully. They are calculated in her attempts. Actually, women don't want to commit suicide. Suicide is only a way to express their complaint. They are saying that this life is not worth living. A better style of living is needed. A woman who commits suicide is telling you that you have become so stone hearted that you won't pay any attention to her unless she is ready to kill herself. She is only attracting your attention by committing suicide or claiming that she is committing suicide. This is not the case in the boys or in men. This is very unseemingly that she has to use dying as a means to attract your attention. Man has certainly become exceptionally hard, has become stone like. Women don't want to die, they want to live. When too much trouble comes on the path of life, there is no one who listens, no one who pays attention. They use suicide as a method to make you pay attention. But when men commit suicide, they succeed. Men commit suicide in insanity. More men are mentally ill. Why? There are many reasons. One among them is tears. Okay, one among them is tears. All right. Psychologists say man must learn how to cry again. Not to cry is not a strength. What you call strength is callousness. Strength is not so hard. Strength is gentle. You have seen you have seen streams falling down the mountains, cataracts falling, gentle water. Rock is very hard. Rock certainly thinks it is strong. Flowing water is weak. But finally, the flowing water is victorious. The rock is reduced to sand and carried away. Again, one simple analogy to prove okay, being hard is always like not good always. God is with the gentle. Okay, God is with the gentle. God is the power of the powerless. Okay, a flower has bloomed and near it is a rock. Of course, the rock appears strong, the flower weak. But have you ever seen the flower's power? The power of life, who bows down to a rock. You don't take a stone to offer to God's feet. Do you think the stone is very strong to you? Give it to your beloved? No, you won't do this. You pick flowers and give them to someone. A flower has strength, a flower has majesty. Tenderness is its strength. Its blossoming is its strength. Music, fragrance is its strength. Its weakness is its strength. Its weakness is its strength. Its softness is its strength. It opens in the morning and wilts by the evening. This is its strength. But it blooms. A rock never blooms. It just is. A rock is dead. The flower is alive. It will die because it has lived. A rock will never die because it is already dead. So that means it's very important to cry at times. Crying out of a lot of joy, crying out of a lot of sadness, whatever the case is, just cry. That's completely fine. That is a proof that you are present and you exist, right? You are not trying to portray yourself as a strong man. You don't try to portray your machismo by not crying and you know holding your tears back. Become tender. Call tears back again. Let them fill your eyes with song and poetry, otherwise, you will remain deprived of many things. Your God will remain rational, not the hurt's experience, only a theory, not a taste and an experience of truth. Those who let tears flow are fortunate. They are strong. They don't care what you say. They don't bother what people say, what other people say, to be very precise. When someone is crying, totally he is not concerned with criticism. Strength is needed to cry without your being concerned and saying what people say. Let them talk. A bad reputation, let it be. Leave me to cry my heart out. Let me showcase my emotions. Let me just show my emotions out. When a man cries, wails like a baby, then think of his strength. He's not bothering about all of you. He is not worried like others about what people say. He's me, a university professor, and crying. If a student should see, or such a big businessman and crying, if a customer should see, or such a strong husband and crying, my wife is nearby and she will be after me when we go home. Or I am a father and crying, and if my son sees, if the babies see, control yourself. So yeah, these are the reasons that we give to ourselves. Personally, even if I'll talk about myself, that's a common case. Whenever I feel so sad and I feel like crying, I was like, no, I can't cry. My mother is looking at me. My father is looking at me as someone who has strength, and if I'll cry, it will show that I'm weak in one way or another. So yeah, that's the general perception. That's how we control ourselves from showing our emotions, right? Many a times we do that, and over the period of time it becomes so, like, we become so habitual of it that we don't need to even control it. It'll just be like that only. Your ego holds back. That's true. That's true to the very core. Our ego holds back, controls. Egoless, you would cry. Ego always keeps itself under control. Egoless, you flow. There is a flow in you. They burn themselves and go out. Once out, they can't be kindled. The fire of love, O Rahim, goes out but again rekindles. Coals burn, they burn themselves and go out. But a moment comes when they go out, then you will not be able to burn them again. Has anyone ever succeeded in making ash into burning coals again? No, that's not the case, right? They burn themselves and go out. Once out, they can't be kindled. Once they are out, they will never burn. The fire of love, O Rahim. But of those whose heart has been wounded by love's arrow, what does Rahim say? The fire of love, O Rahim, goes out but again rekindles. It burns again and again, goes out again and again, and can still be relit. The fire of love is eternal, immortal. Those who listen to me with love will be able to cry. Those who listen to me only with the intellect will take from me a few conclusions, some knowledge. They'll take ashes, not live coals of love. They'll take ashes that can never be relit. Remember, they have gone out. As soon as I have said them to go, as soon as I have said them to you, they go out. When you receive intellectually, it is ash. When you receive through the heart, it is burning coal. In those in whom the coal of love is born, it will burn, then go out, then burn again. It will cause you much anguish. It will cleanse you. It will bring a total transformation of your life. If you can open your heart and cry, it means the burning coals of love have reached you. If you can open your heart and cry, it means the burning coals of love have reached you. If you cannot cry, it has reached only the intellect. A little ash will be recollected. You will become somewhat knowledgeable. You will become quite skillful at explaining to others. You will become accomplished in debate and arguing. But the main point will have been misled or missed. Where you could have taken live coals, you returned only with ashes. Even if you call it holy ash, it won't make any difference. Ash is ash. The fire is lit. The song of pain arises from my heart. In the pain of your love, I have fiery tongue. With the help of intellect, I wander the road. I have become dust of passing caravan. The fire is lit. The song of pain arises from my heart. Those tears were tears of the heart catching fire. When you see someone crying, go and sit near him. That is a moment of divine satsang. It is not to be missed. If you cannot cry, at least you can go and sit next to someone who is crying. You can take his hand in yours, and perhaps you too can catch the infection. The fire is lit. The song of pain arises from my heart. Let the fire be lit. These orange clothes are a symbol of fire. They are a symbol of the fire of love. In the pain of your love, I have a fiery tongue, and when anguish arises within your heart, the feeling of virya, divine longing, arises, then there is fire in every breath, a tongue of fire. In the pain of your love, I have a fiery tongue. With the help of intellect, I wandered the road. With the help of intellect, I have gone astray. With the help of intellect, I wandered the road. I have become the dust of a passing caravan, and because of the intellect, my situation has become like the dust left behind when the caravan has passed. I have become dust. Nothing besides dust ever sticks to the hands of the intellect. With the help of intellect, I wandered the road. I have become the dust of a passing caravan. The heart is its own light. O Krishna Mohan, limits are broken. I am a shoreless ocean. The heart is its own light. O Krishna Mohan. If love has struck, if the arrows have struck the heart, if the coals of fire have bloomed, the heart is its own light. O Krishna Mohan, limits are broken. I am a shoreless ocean. In that moment, boundaries are broken. You become unbounded. Tears are your first step towards the infinite. Tears indicate that you are melting. Your fixed boundaries have melted a little. You have become soft. You have become warm. You have dropped your cold intellect a little. A fire is lit. Heat is rising. These tears are not cold. These tears are very hot. And these tears bring news of your melting. Just as when snow melts, when your ego begins melting inside, tears flow. When filled with desire, each breath was speaking fire. Now love has descended. My tongue is lost. When you were full of intellect, full of desires, full of thoughts of a million and one things, the tongue was sharp and fast. When filled with desire, each breath was speaking fire. Now love has descended. My tongue is lost. Those tears are indication of a state beyond language. When something happens and there is no way to express it, if you don't cry, what will you do? When the tongue become incapable of speaking, the eyes says it with tears. That's the case, right? When the emotions are so overwhelming that you can't express it in terms of words, then only tears will come out. So tears coming out is like it is the highest state of expression of your particular emotion. It can be happiness, it can be joy, it can be sadness, unhappiness, whatever it is, but it is the highest degree of expression. And that's what the Osho is also trying to signify over here, right? So when the intellect becomes incapable of speech, one say it by dancing. Meera danced. Something happened that she couldn't find words to express. Tying the ankle bells, Meera enters the dance. She wept continuously. Something happened that was impossible to express in words. Words seemed very confined. Only tears could say it. She said it with tears. No, don't keep this idea that these people are weak. So someone who is crying are not weak basically. These people are strong. So it's completely opposite. If someone is crying, that means they are strong. They are strong enough to showcase their emotion to the fullest by, crying out. Their strength is of tenderness. Their strength is not of fighting and violence. Their strength is of the heart. If you consider these people weak, you'll never cry. I emphasize again and again. Don't think these people are weak. Be envious of them. Look in again and ask, what happened that I am unable to cry? A person filled with feelings is the closest to its own center. I repeat, a person filled with feeling is the closest to its own center. And the closer someone comes to himself, the more he experiences anguish. The further you are from home, the easier it is to forget. As soon as the home is near, memories of it come stronger. You sit completely forgetting God. The word God falls on your ears, but it creates no stir. You hear it, but it is just a word. God is not just a word. The question is not merely of hearing. God will give you jolt to those who have little fire of life within. The very word will give a shock. If you love me from the heart, then why do you make me cry? The bhakta, the devotee, is always complaining to God. Shall I just complete this page? Where is my. Okay. Why it is stuck, man? Alright. If you love me from the heart, then why do you make me cry? In this deep darkness of your light, why steal your eyes away from mine? You come close, you never too close, yet never too close. Why not call me closer? You live around me for what? You have around me for what? If you have heard me rightly, then many times you will feel God is very near. You live around me for what? You come around me for what? You came close, yet never too close. Why not call me closer? If you love me from the heart, then why do you make me cry? In this deep darkness of light, why steal your eyes away from mine? So, this is the question Bhakt asks to God. One who goes deep into feelings comes so near to God that he begins to experience the hurt of God's flame. Eyes begin to meet eyes, boundaries begin to cross over each other, they begin to transcend each other's borders. What is being said here is not mere talk, it is a transform, like it is to transform you. It is not talking just for talking's sake, it is to change you completely from the very roots. Now, the answer is already given. Now, the third question. Beloved Osho, culture is created out of religion plus concept, or concept plus religion, and society and its traditions are made from culture. Your respected self has said that religion is against everything. If religion remains opposed to everything, then is it not possible that it will create anarchy, chaos? Please explain it to me. Okay, so this is the question asked to Osho. Alright, let's start the answer of it and then we'll cover it in detail in the next. Or shall we start? Okay, let me just read it out, and in the next live, we will start with this question itself. The meaning you understand of religion, of dharma, is not right. It is not a concept. Religion is not an idea. The word dharma comes from a root meaning that which gives support to everything, which holds everything. It is not a concept, but that which supports everything, that which supports this vastness, this moon, these stars, this sun, these trees and birds, man and the endless expanse of existence. What suppose this is dharma. Religion is not related to concept. Your concept may be Hindu, someone's may be Muslim, someone's Christian, but it is not related to religion. These are concept. These are intellectual ideas. Religion is the same, is the name of that essential truth which remains everything, which maintains everything, without which everything would be dispersed, that which joins all, which is the totality of all, which bridges all this. So, Osho is defining that religion is not something we think as Hindu, Muslim, or Christianity or anything else. It is something that consists everything. So, it consists the vastness, be it moon, stars, or everything in this universe and beyond the universe also. Everything is consisted inside a religion, so it will bridge all this. So that's what the Osho is trying to say. All right, so we'll keep it till here, and if you have here, you heard me till now, so make sure to check out the channel. If you have interest in Osho, spirituality, reading books, and understanding the reality little better, then you can check out the channel and you can subscribe to the channel as well, and make sure that you are liking the live stream if and only if you feel like that it is going to add some value to your life. Okay, then you can subscribe to the channel. All right, so thank you so much, universe. Thank you so much, Radharanji. Have fun. Peace out. We'll meet next time. Till then, stay healthy, stay safe, take care. Bye bye. Peace out. See you soon.